This is Taxi Vlog 287. It is the 18th of January, Saturday night. It is now 6:30. I was here at 6:15, but the owner showed up a little bit late. And he was telling me, check power steering, check tire pressure, check brake fluid, check engine oil, check transmission oil, check. Fucking check it yourself. When I get a chance, I will. Maybe. If I remember. Anyway, all that stuff is in here. And as far as I know, we're good to go. Oh, he got the coolant and the transmission fluid, apparently. Whatever. This thing is, that's right. Last week, he destroyed the engine and or transmission. And I came to get the car on Tuesday night. I got messages from everywhere that it's ready and it's good and everything. I got in the car, and that first night it ran like a sack of shit. I didn't have a lot of business. It was pretty quiet. I think I waited an hour for my first trip and waited an hour for my next trip, and I did a lot of waiting that night. I think I took home about $30 for myself. Okay, the mirror is not in such a place where I can see a damn thing out the side. Okay, that's better. Okay, so from there I went to I worked the night, and I came home tired in the morning. That was Tuesday night. And of course I went to see Cindy before going to work, because she was in the hospital having her vertical sleeve gastrectomy. Yeah, on Tuesday, was it Tuesday I took her in, or Wednesday? It was the 15th, either way. Yeah, Wednesday I took her in. Wednesday morning, so this is after that night of work. And she wanted to have the wall-to-wall carpets cleaned. So the guy came to clean them, and he took one look at the stains of rabbit piss and the carpet, and he said, well, you know, my equipment, I don't feel good about doing this with my equipment. It would just not do a proper job of what you got here. So I said, well, do you know of someone who has the equipment that can do it? He said, oh yes, I'll give you a couple names. So he gave me a couple names, and got this one guy. I called him up, and I said, yeah, I got a dirty carpet, you know, it's got rabbit piss all over it, and this other guy referred me to you and said that he couldn't do it. He said, oh yeah, well, I've got the deep clean wet system, and he's got a dry system, which is a joke. It's just a maintenance clean. It's not a deep clean. I said, well, this carpet, you know, it's been 5 or 6 years, nobody's cleaned it, and it's got rabbit piss in it. So he said, I'll be there tomorrow at 8:30. So already it's like almost noon, and I waited up for this character to come and do the carpet, and then he said he couldn't do it. So of course all the furniture was displaced, and of course a lot of things were displaced, and I had to, you know, drag the chair and table away, so, and a bunch of stuff on the floor, so I could get to the I should book, I think. There we go. Yeah, so that I could get to the kitchen to fix myself something to eat. So anyway, you know, sometimes this thing runs okay, and sometimes it runs bad. It's shaking a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be misfiring too much. I don't know what's going on with this. Oh no, now it's shaking. I had customers in here saying it needs a tune-up. Wednesday night, okay, I went to visit Cindy after her surgery, and she seemed to be doing okay. And then I came to work, and it was another slow one. I think I took home about $50 for Wednesday night. I was tired just from sitting around, and of course I was tired because I didn't get enough sleep. And of course I had to stay up on Thursday in the morning for the carpet guy to come. He said that he'd be there at 8:30. At 9 I was beginning to wonder. Then at 10 after 9 I said enough. I called him up. I said, hey, you still coming? He said, yeah, 9:30. Yeah, well, yesterday you told me 8:30. Oh, yeah, I did. Be right over. So the carpet guy came in, and he was kind of manic. Very talkative, very chatty. Very explaining everything he was doing and talking about other things on the side and saying that he made videos on YouTube. Yeah, he's made a couple. I wouldn't call him exactly a YouTuber, but he does have a channel. Anyway, I don't know if I'll post a link below. So anyway, he got our carpets cleaned and got all the rabbit piss out of them and did quite a neat job, quite a decent job considering what state they were in. And then finally, with wet carpets, I went to bed. I got a call. So on Wednesday, was it Wednesday? No. Thursday night I came to work again, and it was just a tiny little bit busier than Wednesday had been. And I didn't really do all that well. I had about 150 on by 4 in the morning. And then I got a call, and it was a time call, and it went to the airport. I think it was $43 on the clock, and I got 60 for doing that because maybe I said the right things or did something right or whatever. Anyway, this lady was going down to Puerto Vallarta or somewhere like that, and she was talking about Guatemala, and she was talking about her times in not Nicaragua, what's that other country down there? Costa Rica. You know, she was talking about her time in Costa Rica, that kind of thing, and good trips that she had been on, what have you. So, yeah, you know, it's all lovely. And that airporter, that made my Thursday night better than it would have been. And, you know, sometimes the car was running good, sometimes now it's running fine. I don't understand. Now it's shaking. It seems to only do that in overdrive. So I put it in fourth. This thing has a 5-speed automatic. I think it's a 5-speed automatic. Anyway. Going on from there, we had our Thursday night and got saved by the airport, and then Friday morning I came home and I relaxed and I went to Backfit and did my back exercises, and then came home and had a shot of single malt and went to bed, and I slept all day. I woke up at the right time and went and had something to eat, picked up Cindy at the hospital. I think it was around 6 I picked her up, 6:30. Got her home, dropped off a prescription, and her sister was waiting for us at home. She had just come into town to take care of Cindy while she's getting better from after her surgery, and she also came to attend a funeral. She went to a funeral today. It's Cindy's sister. And last night, the Friday night, I came out, and it was Okay, I started after 7. I think it was 7:20 when I got in the car. And I worked most of the night, and I fell asleep a couple times. I had one really lucky fare out to the Western Communities, and I did a couple out there. And then I came back into town, and I worked in town, and it worked okay in town, and I ended up with a reasonably good night, considering that I had taken the first hour and a half off. And so today, the owner comes with the car telling me about power steering fluid and about transmission oil and brake fluid and all this and all that and so on and so on and so on. Yeah, I'll have a look when I get a chance. And I didn't have an airporter. I had one really long trip. All the rest of them were just your average fare. I had a few good tips last night. And loads of Interac, so my lease is covered up to now. There was something else. No really memorable customers, except for one fat guy who had emphysema and trouble breathing, and he was just a slob. He was getting his groceries, and he had pizza boxes all over his place. He asked me to help him get the pizza and everything to the house near the end of the shift last night. 24-hour grocery, whatever. Anyways, I'm getting reasonably close to where I'm supposed to pick someone up. And so, having got through the last 4 nights, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we got Saturday night happening now. And how old is this call? Oh, it's only 5 minutes old. Not too bad. I'm going to show up, help these people with their groceries, and then I will see you sooner. In the small hours of the morning. The night was not going that busy, but I did okay, I suppose. I got my lease and fuel on, and then at around 11 o'clock I was taking a customer home, and I lost my power steering. Now I went to check the power steering, and it was low, so I put some power steering fluid in it. And when I got back in the car, the power steering was still not back, and I apologized to the customer, and I paused the meter while I did this, and then we started to drive, and it was overheating, and then the battery light came on, and then I realized that, hey, I probably don't have a serpentine belt. So I got her home, and I left the cab there, and I got a ride home from another cab. I charged it to the cab owner, and so I'm home. After working just a little under half my night. So I broke down, basically. And Cindy's back at home after being in the hospital. How you feeling, dear?
A little better.
A little better? And she's doing her... yeah, she's on the computer.
Scrabble.
Scrabble. So it looks like I'm going to have another 3-day weekend. And, of course, I made about less than half the money I would have made tonight if the cab didn't break down. Anyways, that's it. It's done. Another week. Hope yours is better than mine. I think I'll drink some scotch now.